My name is Anita. I'm a regional manager for Latin America here at Queen Mary University of London. And I'm just going to take you through a little bit of an introduction to our university, which you see part of the campus behind me now. So going on to our history to start with. We are an old traditional university in the UK. Our history goes back to 1700s and is originally established in 4 colleges. 2 of them were medical schools where we continue to practice. One of them is the oldest teaching hospital in England, London Hospital Medical College, and the second one is St. Bart's. And we also have a couple of other colleges, Queen Mary College, which pioneered education for women in the old Victorian times, and Westfield College, which also tried to pioneer education for the working classes, and amongst our graduates are 9 Nobel Prize winners. Just giving you a generally global profile for our institution, we have 32,000 students and are highly international with 170 different nationalities on campus at the moment. So a great networking opportunity with other parts of the world in a mini London. In terms of our rankings, we are joint 7th in the latest research excellence framework, which is very important for graduate careers. We're 14th in Times Education supplement and top 10 in QS World University Rankings. We're also part of Russell Group, which is sort of similar to Ivy League in the States, if you like, a group of universities that closely works with the government and helps introduce new priorities that impact on students and on education as a whole. So opportunities for Peruvian students are many, depending on what you wish to study. Some of the opportunities that we have here are broadly split into 3 areas. So humanities and social sciences, science and engineering, and our famous School of Medicine and Dentistry. Typically, humanities and social sciences, our most popular courses are within business and management, economics and finance, politics and international relations have a Marland Institute, which is local members from local government and the likes of Bill Gates to campus, so our students can speak to them and ask them various questions. That's excellent for students who wish to study international relations, and some of them have gone on to working or securing work in Houses of Parliament. At both undergraduate and postgraduate level, English and drama, human geography, history, languages, linguistics and film, including Spanish. Our world famous Center for Commercial Law Studies is also based in humanities, and it has the broadest number of law modules anywhere in Europe. Science and engineering, typically split into engineering and materials science. Some of the most popular courses are robotics, advanced robotics engineering, artificial intelligence, data science, and so on. Computer engineering, oops, here we go. Yeah, lots of different courses. Biological and behavioral sciences, for example, have psychology and neurology included within the school. physics and chemical science and mathematics, and so on. I won't dwell too much on School of Medicine and Dentistry. Some of our popular courses include global health and cancer studies. We also have distance learning courses, 60 or so courses at various levels, postgraduate certificate, diploma, and masters. These are available by distance learning. I've included a link here. These particular courses don't require you to travel or secure a visa. And by default, you would not be able to apply for graduate work employment visa after finishing those, but it's really useful for people that have either family commitments or work commitments that they can't leave. So there are lots of different options for everyone. Here you can see an air view of a bird's view of our campus. Our main campus is Marland, but we have 5 different sites, and we have further sites in Malta and Paris. Whitechapel is the School of Medicine and Dentistry. Above Whitechapel, you can see the City of London, one of the 2 financial cities that our campus directly sits in between. Marland is a fully integrated campus, including undergraduate accommodation, but basically it has everything a student might need: 24/7 library, a gym, lots of different academic departments, all of which are on this one site, apart from medicine and apart from Centre for Commercial Law Studies, which I will show you in a moment. For those of you who are familiar with London Underground map, you can see our 4 sites here. We've split medicine and dentistry here into one site. So at number 1, you can see Marland, which you've just seen, our main campus where all the teaching is taking place, a majority of it. At number 2 and 3 are School of Medicine and Dentistry, and there is a further site for PhD students in that area. And at number 4 is our world-famous Centre for Commercial Law Studies. This is also where the heart of legal London is, where all the top legal companies are based. And just for reference, you can see this area at number 4 is a known tourist area. So very looking down towards the river, you've got London Eye, tourist sites, Houses of Parliament at Westminster, the famous Leicester Square and Piccadilly, Oxford Street, and so on, the usual tourist sites. And the easiest way to get across London in terms of transport, so it's not confusing, is this red line in the middle where most of our campuses are based. That is a central line, and it takes you from one end of London to another in approximately an hour. On the west side, bottom west side, you can see Heathrow Terminal, although London has 5 different airports in the vicinity. And here is the site where you can recognize some of the tourist destinations that I've just been mentioning. So all the arrows point our campuses, and the red arrow that you can see points the city. The City Financial Centre at the top. You can see the Olympic Stadium, the site of 2012 Olympic Games, and down the bottom, Canary Wharf, which is the second financial hub in London. Moving on to our campus, what it actually looks like, all the academic departments are color-coded in purple. A student accommodation for undergraduates who are coming for their first bachelor degree is all in red. Postgraduate accommodation is one stop away in Stratford, where the site of the Olympic Games is. So it's not very far. And all the other various departments are dotted around in orange. A little bit about accommodation. For postgraduates, the typical scenario is that applications open in March and close in June. So typically applications for the university open in October. They're now open for 2023 September intake. And if you get an offer, you can then apply for accommodation from March. It's very important not to miss June deadline, because that guarantees that you will in fact get the accommodation. So don't wait for the last minute, don't wait to meet all the requirements before you apply for accommodation. It works on first come, first served. Rooms are allocated later on, late summer. And if you allocated the room deposit, to hold it until you physically arrive in September. Our campus facilities include Career Centre, first and foremost, the most important thing for international students. You can join the Career Centre and plan your career from day one at university and for up to 2 years after graduation. So this is very important for students who want to either look for part-time work during studies or on graduation, perhaps look into securing further full-time work, which you would then be eligible for. I've mentioned a gym and student union, various shops. There are a couple of shops on campus. Health centre, very important again. Students' union, very active with lots of different societies. And if you have time to join them, and if you have time to consider running one, perhaps all you need to do is get 25 signatures, and then you can run your own society. There are lots of different societies linked to careers as well as fun, and lots of different options, over 300 of them, including sports. Libraries, our students as part of University of London also have access to the General Senate House Library in Russell Square, and they also have access, should they wish to, join all 17 other University of London colleges. They're all self-governing and share the facilities as well as sports. So, importantly, what's required to make an application? Some of you may be looking at the link at the very end. This gives you more specific information as to what is required to apply. So we need, you would typically look at our website to have a look at courses that we offer, and once you've found one that you wish to apply for, you would then click on Apply Now and upload some documents such as your degree transcripts plus degree diploma certificate if you've finished. If you're applying for masters, then we would look for every year transcript, and we would look for your diploma certificate. If it's not awarded yet, then you might have conditional offer made with condition to satisfy the criteria. We also need academic reference, and if you have an open reference that you wish to upload with your application, that has to be on the university headed paper, translated in English, stamped, signed, and so on as an official reference. If you don't have an open reference that you can upload, then the university would advise you to put your referee details in your application, so we would contact them and ask for e-reference. A CV, very important for masters and prospective PhD students. An English language certificate. The link down below does explain what we require, and each academic department has their own English language criteria. This is typically linked to IELTS, but if you have completed a degree in an English-speaking country, the full length of the degree, that would be waived. We also accept TOEFL, PTE, Cambridge certificates, and so on. There's lots of various options here. I would encourage students who are interested in applying to Queen Mary to have a look on our website and book yourselves for the next open day for a chance to speak to academic staff and current students. Very importantly, it's taking place online on 26th of October. I believe it's from 11 o'clock. So all you need to do is register. If you should miss the chance to speak to them live while it's online and taking place because of the time difference, you would have access to the recorded sessions for a specific period of time. That's all from me. You can see some of our happy graduates here. My contact details are latinamerica@qmul.ac.uk.